Ahoy there and welcome to the LAINAVERSE. I am Lady LAINAVERSE and we are getting into my expansion from being an artist into that digital seer. And I'm like, Bonnet Gang, I found this. I washed it. My hair is not this long. I'm just like, why not? So, let's just get hot. Let's just straight into it. I'm posting every Monday, 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, 2100. Make sure you like, subscribe, comment, share, do all those great things because I am like, this is a part of like the whole digital seer life that I'm embracing. And why I'm currently not positioning myself as an artist because I've just decided I don't want to share my I need to develop my relationship with my art and stop trying to put it in the world. So the whole digital seer thing is me being a digital entrepreneur, spiritually, I guess, motivated, whatever. But pretty much everything I do is based in the digital world, the internet, whatever. Like me being on YouTube, like even when it comes to my art, it's I have to be involved online for the art to matter because this is me building a bridge to the shared reality and attracting the right people into my orbit, essentially. So I'm leaning into representing that more as again I develop my relationship with my art and drawing and storytelling and other things like on my own in private for I don't know the first time in a long time that I've just wanted to do it without feeling this obligation to put it out into the world. Um, the flip side of that is that I'm still writing content and I'm still making dance content. That's the art. The art is I mean ultimately the art is I'm not really pressed about getting better at writing as far as it's to appeal to an audience. So again, there's that. It's this whole thing is again, why does this crow keep going when I'm talking? But like the whole thing is that I have separated myself from the world to make sense of myself to me without anybody else's projections, without anybody being themselves and just a nuisance to my existence. That's just what life has felt like. Is just being around people who, whether or not they intend to, are just fucking annoying. And I need space to expand and to show up in the world how I want to, not how other people think that I should or that blah, 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 blah. So the seer aspect is like a seer is someone who, it's a spirituality, blah, 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 where you have foresight. You see into the future, you speak of the future, or you are a conduit with which divine speaks through about prophecies or just certain truths. It's you see things from a different perspective. You see a broader truth. You see the bigger picture of things. You see ahead of things. You see the patterns. You can predict based off of that. And on the flip side is me fully, I mean, I guess not the flip side, but to expand on it, it's me leaning into this because that's a reflection, like everything is a culmination of me looking back on the past 35 years of my life and where I fell short, and that ultimately came down to me not fully embracing who I know I am, what my gifts are, what I give a fuck about, and what works best for me. Part of that has been I see ahead of people. I see a vision. I see how to fill the gap of put the pieces in place of how to get from here to there. But even just the fact that I can envision a there, and I can pick up on things that other people just don't, because they're wrapped up in the present to a fault. They're wrapped up in just taking action and doing, and thinking to a fault. Where what continually comes to mind for me, even right now, I'm having, I had a fallout with my parents. I decided to, let me mend this, because the United States is in decline. There's nothing else around that. And then, having this conversation with my father where I'm like, I want to be connected. I want to develop the relationships with our family, especially amongst Black people, because this country is going into authoritarianism, fascism, dictatorship. And he denies it, when it's like, this is the same fucking conversation I had with you. This is a similar conversation I had with you and other motherfuckers in March 2020, when I said and I was asking, how are you preparing for COVID coming to the United States? And I was continually blown off. And then what the fuck happens? Lockdown happened. But you don't want to acknowledge what I just fucking said. This is the same nigga who was saying, oh, it's just a cold. I talked to another nigga. He's DJing. You need to figure out some other money. What happens? This nigga fucked when lockdowns happen, because why? You have nowhere to DJ. I talked to my therapist. Hey, how are we going to be doing these sessions because there's COVID and I don't think we're going to be meeting in person? Oh, it won't come to that. Oh, then we're doing telecommunication for therapy. I know what the fuck I'm talking about. It's this ongoing thing of not listening to Black women and then looking like the fucking surprise Pikachu when the shit that we told you about in advance is fucking happening. So I'm embodying this for me. You can believe me or you don't. You're just fucked whether or not you listen. You're just fucked if you decide to dismiss what I gotta say. You can be surprised Pikachu. Whatever. I know I got me. That's all that matters. So part of that is United States, I'm not staying around for that shit. I'm leaving this bitch. So y'all can do struggle mode or whine and argue and do think pieces about my privilege and leave blah. I don't give a fuck. I'm gone because I trust my instincts, which is again why I'm leaning into my title as a digital seer. You get with the program or you don't. And that's still like my bridge to the shared reality, the world that I like, being a part of the world, being a part of humanity, and getting out of my own isolation. I'm still going to be a solitary person. I'm kind of reclusive just because I'm fully embracing. I'm a different vibration. I'm a different frequency to other people. I've always been different. I've never had an issue with it. Does everybody else got an issue? And it's fucking stupid. So I'm redefining myself as a digital seer to attract people who welcome my differences and welcome or are willing to explore their differences, because there's 8 billion of us on the planet. Why the fuck would we be the same? Why are we doing the same shit? It's one thing if that's what you want to do, especially when you value community. But if you gotta pretend or to dial yourself down to be in a group, at what expense? What's the cost? Yes, there is decorum. There are ways to get along with people, but when you are then projecting your insecurities and your inability to show up as 100% as your actual self, not the person you made up to fit in, that's a problem. Which then gets into the community that I'm building, or I guess one of the communities I'm building. As I posted in my last video, I have created Laid Back Masters. And I've been fleshing out my language, my mission behind it, really getting myself behind it. And It's been a part of why I'm restructuring things, and it's what I'll be talking about in most of my videos I'm posting this month. Really, just I'll constantly be talking about it. But the fundamental thing is community. I am a part of the African diaspora. I don't just focus on the fact that I'm from Maryland, I'm in Baltimore. I don't just focus on Baltimore niggas. No, I am a part of the African diaspora. We are a part of the original people on this fucking planet, and we are all inherently tied to each other. That's just how humans work. But fuck everybody who ain't black right now. All I'm focused on is my people. So the way that I'm showing up, or that I've always wanted to do with this account, is like I was trying to vlog my journey and everything, but really it's just me embodying my freedom as a black queer woman. Because that has been my entire life, has been somebody trying to negotiate my freedom from me. That's literally been our existence in the United States, on this planet, for the past 400 plus years. Is motherfuckers trying to steal our freedom, trying to steal our essence, trying to... It's the same thing with being a woman who interacts with men, where a man will continually try to knock down your value to have as much access to you as possible, and try to convince you that your value is lower than what it is so that he can afford it, because he ain't worth much of anything. It's the same thing with being black and white supremacy and European ideology. They just, like, it all feeds into each other. You're just creating lies and illusions and backing it with violence and other fucked up things to try to reinforce this truth that we're somehow inferior. But you get your music from us, you get your art from us, you get dancing from us, you get every fucking thing from us. Like, literally, Europe and America have benefited off of Africa's resources. The people, the land, everything. It's all fucking stolen. So I'm only focused on my people. And thus, Laid Back Masters is my personal academia to support the Black Renaissance that's happening. It's for self-liberation and to make sure that Black creatives specifically you're putting your work into the world how you want to and getting fucking paid for it. If you don't like money, however the fuck you want to be properly compensated, but you need to understand your value. And you need to be invested in mastering your craft, because this is a community of legends. We are Black history in the making. We history in the making. All of a sudden, Black history becomes American history when you want to take our shit. So, there's that. But my thing is about the decolonization of your mind, your spirit, your emotions, your body around all this bullshit we've been in, to try to convince us that we're less than what we are so we can be exploited, extracted. And I'm still disturbed by the fact these motherfuckers ate us. Everybody obsessed with us. You want to hate us because you like our like, it doesn't make any sense. So Laid Back Masters is to help us make our own sense of our existence and shoo away or beat the fuck out of any bullshit that get in our motherfucking way of living the life that we're supposed to be living. So that's my approach. The whole Black Renaissance element is, to me, like, somebody commented on my TikTok that they've been investing like a Black Renaissance since like 2015. I'm like, what the fuck was happening then? But I digress. I'll discuss it with her and find out. But Black Renaissance for me, it started sinking in over like the past month or two. And it's Black Music Month, like, and Juneteenth is coming up. Like, come the fuck on. But Kamala Harris is my Madam President. She kicked it off because that was the possibility of the United States going down the proper timeline, the proper timeline where it's not leading to collapse. if you're into spirituality or you've been paying attention to like Ray Dalio and history, empires fall every 250 years. America is in its 250th year, and it's a Pluto return. Deconstruction happens before you build something new, but these motherfuckers really press to destroy this shit. So it is what it is. So with the fall of America comes the resurgence of blackness in that rightful place. Be it Kendrick Lamar's past run over the entire year, being the greatest rapper of all time with the GNX tour. I don't really listen to SZA, so I don't really consider her a master of anything, but I'm not investing in her life. But you got Kendrick on tour, back-to-back sold-out stadiums. Revolutionized, got us all activated with Not Like Us. Then we got Beyonce with Cowboy Carter, back-to-back history-making sales. She got Blue Ivy, Rumi, showing how you are supposed to pour into your children and introduce them into the world and properly train them in the crafts they want to master and be known for from an early age, instead of pouring your dysfunctional bullshit into them or trying to make them into something they're not. What else? We had the Met Gala, the Black Dandyism, give or take whatever the fucking think pieces are, blah blah. It was hot. Then of course we got Sinners. Ryan Coogler's always making cultural revolutions amongst us. He did that shit with Black Panther. This nigga, like, he be killing the game. Of course, special shout out to Michael B. Jordan, because them two too tight. And he's like a level-headed dude. He ain't had no real controversies in his entire career. And he's also devoted to his craft just based off of the conversation of him being able to pull off being twins on his own. Then what else? There's one more I wanted to get into. Let me check my notes. Yeah, we got Meg Thee Stallion. She's a part of this whole conversation of why black men give into dysfunction. Same thing with Cassie when it comes to our women. A lot of y'all be glitching. I don't know what the fuck that's about. But yeah, Meg Thee Stallion being at DreamCon and her getting her own anime with Carl Jones, the same dude who was producer for fucking Boondock. And she just keeps going regardless of the hate. Because that's what you gotta do when you black, especially as a black woman, is everybody just hate you for doing what you want to do. And then when you're in a bind and you trying to finesse your way and figure out your way through that, motherfuckers double down on trying to pull your focus away from your purpose because of a nigga. Black Renaissance, yo. We're choosing better. But what else? We got the line dancing, boots on the ground to add to the Black Renaissance. Because I guess my context for the Black Renaissance is we are divesting. We just divested from what the fuck is going on in the country. We just focus on us and enjoying ourselves. And that's what I'm about. We got Deontay Kyle going back to black men glitching and being tools of white supremacy and patriarchy and not really supporting the community. Deontay Kyle has a podcast called Grits and Eggs. And you can tap into him on TikTok. Niggas then lost their mind because he told y'all to be accountable. So that's bringing a rise because we got like what, Mark Lamont Hill, and there's like more balanced black men developing a platform to get a hold of y'all heathens. Then what, we got Burkina Faso with Ibrahim Traore. And I didn't get his name, the president of South Africa, where there is African unity happening. Where when it comes to Burkina Faso, Ibrahim is telling the French, y'all need to fucking leave. I mean, same thing with South Africa. It's getting these Europeans up out of here and they feel entitled to our shit. And acting like we need to be grateful because you stole our shit and you committed violence against us. And like, what is this? And then I guess to add to like my own development, also because there's been discourse around it with sinners around African spirituality and hoodoo. And I've been exploring African spirituality as far as Ifa, the Orishas, the Black gods, the Black pantheon, and hoodoo, which is Black American folk magic mixed with some Native American, but it's like our shit that we developed here. So I'm completely divested from Christianity. Anybody who brings it to me is just like, don't pray for me. I don't want nothing to do with your God. Jesus, that nigga told you like you need to be developing yourself instead of externalizing your experience and absolving yourself of everything instead of actually doing real inner work. I don't do the Christian shit. But yeah, it's just this whole rise of Black history is perpetually in the making. So I'm inviting people to be a part of that, and to really, my main reasons for withdrawing have been because I've been around dysfunctional fucked niggas who don't do shit that inspires me. And that just kept becoming a pattern, and I'm just like, okay, being around niggas who got anxiety issues, being around niggas who can't sleep, who don't eat well, who don't exercise, who don't take good care of themselves, and they get mad at me when I'm living a healthy lifestyle of freedom. I had to get away from that shit. My presence is too triggering to be around bitches trapped in the low self-esteem epidemic, trapped in patriarchal white delusions. Ugh, no thanks. So that's where I'm at. This is me making a new relationship with the world, inviting people in who are meant to be in my orbit, which, like, the social media is free, but I'm doing courses, I'm doing memberships. You gotta pay for it because I don't want nobody near me without an investment. It's that simple. You gotta lead by example. So that's that. If you're picking up what I'm putting down, once again, subscribe if you vibe, comment wisely, share with love, consider liking. If you want to fund the Lady LAINAVERSE, you can do so via the coffee link below. If you're interested in Laid Back Masters and join the email list, I'm sending out emails every Wednesday. You can go to laidbackmasters.com. If you want to sign up for the 7-day course that I have, do that. You gotta pay for it. And what? If you want to keep with anything else that I'm doing, I'm LAINAVERSE everywhere. There's LAINAVERSE.com. All links are below. I'm mainly posting on TikTok this month. I want to monetize, and then maybe next month I'll work on monetizing this YouTube. But you can pretty much go to LAINAVERSE.com. All my main socials are there. Go to the one that works for you. If I'm not on one that works for you, I don't give a fuck. And if you just want to keep up with all things LAINAVERSE, I have a monthly Substack that goes out on the 18th of every month. Link is below and on LAINAVERSE.com. Thank you for your time, and I will catch you next Monday. Audemos.